Hi friends, Nicole Vincent here. It is the start of a new month and I wanted to show you as an Amazon influencer what I do at the beginning of the month to kind of get a fresh start, run my reports, all the things. I'm going to be showing you what I do with the Oink Google extension, which is a huge benefit tool, moneymaker for me. I love this extension. Discount code in the description, so definitely check that out. I just wanted to show you what I do. I hope this helps you, and I'd love to hear what you do at the beginning of a new month as an Amazon influencer to get your month started off on the right foot. So let's dig in. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to my storefront, and you're going to see these hot pink buttons. This is the Oink Google extension, and this is going to be part of, I believe this is the free and the pro version. Definitely recommend upgrading, guys. You will make your money back so quickly. And it does have a monthly option and an annual option. The annual option is definitely by far the worth it. Get your discount code in the description below. But you're going to go to your storefront. You're going to click the storefront fetch button. Now we are going to clear all previous information. So we're going to clear shop ASINs. So we're going to press this button and you're going to show here. It's going to say it's clearing everything. We're going to say, okay. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to exit out, and this step probably is not needed, but I like to exit out, and then I like to do a refresh because I want to make sure it's fresh, nothing's changed. Back to storefront fetch, and we are going to fetch all my store ASINs. Now, if you want to, you can include idea lists and shoppable picks. If this is something that you use on a regular basis for offsite, things like that. I don't. I'm typically a video only person. So I'm just going to click fetch store ASINs, and it's going to go through these, and it scans approximately 1,000 ASINs per minute. I have just under 3,000 ASINs, so let's get scanning. I like doing a fresh fetch, clearing out everything old and everything new so that I can rescan, do my copyright check, do my storefront health check, do all my checks, my low performing videos. This is a great thing. I actually like to do this about every week or two, depending on, what your workload looks like. But minimum, you want to do this once a month. Minimum. I would say probably every 2 weeks minimum. It's probably better. But you want to get a fresh fetch because the Oink extension is awesome, but stuff changes, right? We know stuff is constantly changing on Amazon. Listings are updated. Listings are taken down. Things are unavailable, such as things like that. And so you want to have a fresh fetch to have the most accurate information to work from. A large library of videos, I would say 1,000 or more. This might be something that you need to do not as often, but still often, because it just takes time, right? And depending on your computer speed, and I do have the pro version, and so mine scans at the fastest possible speed. Depending on your internet connectivity, that's going to play a factor too. Definitely have this be the only function that you're running with Oink at a time, or you might get in a little timeout from Amazon. Let this run, give it a couple minutes, come back to it, and then we're going to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, the fetch is complete. That took several minutes, so definitely go do something else so you're not sitting here waiting. But now we've got a full fetch. So we've got almost 2,900 ASINs. I have 17 videos that are untagged. And I can show you, actually, I'll probably do another video, but what we do with all this information. But for the first of the month, fresh fetch, here we go. Now, once we have this, we're going to close this and we are going to head over to the Creator Connections window. Here we are at the Creator Connections main hub. You want to make sure that this is a fresh, refresh page, like it hasn't been sitting there for a while. Now we're going to go up here to Creator Connections check. And we're going to automatically accept new campaigns. Definitely do this every time. Now, Amazon, back in April of 2025, released a new guide, new updated thing for us creators. I'll have a link for this down in the description so you can verify yourself. But they said we do not have to provide links to prove that we created content for campaigns that we've accepted. You literally, in order to receive compensation, you literally only need to accept the campaign in order to receive compensation. So there's no penalties for accepting a campaign and not providing proof of content. So, which is awesome. This makes this so much easier for us as creators to not have to stress about this. But so check that box, just accept all the campaigns and click check storefront IDs. Now, this is going to take a while. Now, you can look down here at the bottom. If I were to have the non-pro version, I was to have the free version, this would take approximately 197 minutes. It honestly would probably take longer than that. A storefront check is going to take approximately 25 minutes with the pro version. I feel that's very spot on. Actually, it's typically shorter for that, I've noticed, but we're going to run this and I'm going to show you what we do next after we run this check. So if you haven't used Oink before, what we are doing is we are taking all of the ASINs or product ID numbers, that's what the ASIN is, and comparing them against active creator connection campaigns. And so what this does is it looks to see what content you already have for campaigns that are active. And so you can earn extra creator connections commissions on top of your Amazon commissions based on your sales. And so this is, if you do nothing else with Oink, this is worth it. It's such a great, easy way. It's going to save you so much time. I was having to go in manually before this, and it was a hassle. And so this makes it so much easier. It catches everything. And if there are campaigns that are maybe a better time period, maybe it goes a little bit longer, or maybe it's at a better percentage point, it will opt you into those. And so not only does it look for matching campaigns, it also looks for campaigns that might be better than what you've already opted into. And the first of the month is a huge turnover point for campaigns because a lot of them will run until the end of the month. And so you definitely want to be doing this regularly. I run this check once a day minimum. And also check out my favorite feature of Oink, which is the today's sales feature, and in the video linked in the comment in the description below, because that one has really brought in the money for me personally. It has made every single day, literally every single day since I started using the today's sales features, when Rob, the creator of Oink, rolled it out, have been triple digit commission days. My dogs are wrestling in the background. They're cute, but they're annoying. So using this, and that commissions, of course, are not guaranteed. Like, this is my own personal experience, and it is going to be based on your personal storefront, the amount of videos you have, the products that you have, but it definitely across the board in our Oink group on Facebook, which is such a fabulous place for influencers, the majority of us are seeing dramatically increased profits and commissions by using the today's sale feature. So you definitely want to do that on a daily basis. I run that twice a day, first thing in the morning and then right before I go to bed at night. So we're going to keep on scanning and we'll do our next step. So it's finished scanning. It definitely takes a while, so have something else to do. Now it is checking all the ASINs that had campaigns to see if there's anything better, or we need to get opted in. So it looks like we're going to have 3 campaigns that it's going to accept, which is pretty typical for me because I run this very frequently. So now we've got these 3 ASINs that we're going to see. Now you can export this as a CSV file if you are one that likes to do some data mining, things like that, or if you like to track things on your own. I personally like to keep things as simple as possible, and so I don't typically do that. So that is my first step for the first of the month. The next thing that I want to do is I want to run my sales reports. Now I do this for a few reasons. Number one, so I have a record of it. And number two, I have a lot of brands that I work with that like to see that I give sales reports to at the end of the month. And I will show you kind of how I do that. I don't know how much information I'll probably have to blur quite a bit, but so I don't want to get in trouble with Amazon. Now that this is done, we are going to go to our earnings report here on Amazon. And I'm going to do this both for on-site and off-site. Now, even if you don't have a lot of off-site sales, I do recommend doing this because you never know what might be there. So we're going to go to earnings report, and then we are going to go to download reports, and we're going to change the date range here to last month. So you'll see. So today's September 1st. I'm going to be doing August. Apply. And then I'm going to do it in Excel format. You can do it in CSV or XML, depending on what you want to do. And you're going to hit generate report. Now, this is going to take some time, and my on-site is going to be a lot smaller than my off-site. So this is going to be kind of the on-site will take longer to populate, but just give it a few minutes. Don't try to do both at once because it will get throttled. And so I do recommend just waiting. Usually if you just give it a few minutes and then hit refresh, it'll down here where it says status, it will say where you can download it. You can also do tracking. So if you, on your report, you can also have it include tracking IDs. So if you have separate tracking IDs for different things. So let's say you have tracking ID for your Facebook post and tracking IDs for your YouTube post and tracking IDs for your Instagram post. You can add that in the spreadsheet form as well. Okay, so you can see this automatically updated to download. So we're going to download that and it will upload. It will be able to open in Excel. We're going to close this out and we are going to go to my on-site ID. Now, just a quick little thing to help you remember what is on-site and what is off-site. Your on-site is going to always start with on Amazon. So ONAMZ. So it's on Amazon. So that lets you know that's your on-site ID. Everybody starts with that same thing. Even on the international pages, it starts with on AMZ. So let's go to download reports. We're going to XLS. We're going to make sure the date range is the correct thing last month. Apply. Okay, generate reports. Now this one is going to take a little bit longer because I do have a lot of on-site traffic and that's where the primary source of income and revenue for me comes through. So we're going to let this run for a few minutes and then check that out. So when the report downloads, it's going to come as a zip file. So you need to open the zipped file first. And then I immediately, because it gives you a bunch of jargon, I'm going to rename it something that I can remember. So I'll name this my offsite August 2025 orders. And then once we have the onsite is ready, we'll do that the same. So our onsite report is ready. So we're going to download this. You can see it's a zip file here. So we're going to open that. And you can see right here, it's a total of like nonsense. I'm sure it makes sense for Amazon. But I'm going to name this my on-site August 25 sales report. Now, once I have this, then I can go in and manipulate the data according to my needs. So I typically will arrange it by in alphabetical order. And then that way I can easily pull the brand names that are needed for me to do my sales report. I do want to show you a sample of the sales report because most of them are going to want it in an Excel form, and you're not going to send them your whole sales, right? Like they don't need that information. So we're going to go here to Excel. So it comes in pretty rough format, but you can definitely make it prettier as you want to. I am not a huge data junkie, so I know people do this a lot more than I do. I'm just going to sort the data. A to Z. Nope, just kidding. Don't do that. Do this one, and then you can choose the column name, and that way it changes everything. Okay, so that way I can easily grab, let's say I'm doing a sales report for this brand. I don't even know what that is. So I would copy all that information, and we'll just pretend that we're doing it for this brand. So I'm going to copy these rows and copy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, I have a sales report template that I use, and it's going to look like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the month here to August 2025 sales. I have a link to this is hyperlinked to my shop so they know who it's from. It works. And then I'm going to have my PayPal email address here. And then I have it separated in on-site and off-site sales. And I literally just copy and paste the information, and then that erased the off-site. So we're going to do this. And then I would look on my offsite sales report and see if I have any sales there. And then I can save this as the brand name and then send that to my rep. And so that way they have the information that they need and we're good. You can also look through here, like there's so much information. Like look at this. You can even see what device type. What was your commission? How many items shipped? Was there a return? How much revenue did you bring in? What was the source? Here's the ASIN. And so you can go through and there's just, tons and tons of information here. And you can really data mine. So there's people that love data mining and love doing that. That's not my bag, baby. There's a lot of information that you can glean from these sales reports. Just see what's selling well for you. So that is kind of my typical month start kickoff and to get everything moving. Now I will go through and I'll do a different video for this later on, but going through Oink and checking all my unavailable, checking my copyright content, things like that to make sure that my storefront is at its best and my videos are tagged and they're going to be seen, things like that. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, if you're an influencer and you're looking for tips and tricks of things that have helped me be successful, like this video, subscribe, give me a comment below, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next video.